Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to Friday Night Lights, coming to you live from the Extreme Ice Center, Indian Trail, North Carolina, home of the Queen City Royals. It's week 5 of the Charlotte Scholastic Hockey League, and we've got another great night of high school hockey lined up with 2 matches on the schedule. Up first tonight, it's Southern Knights taking on the Charlotte Catholic Cougars, followed later by the Union County East Eagles facing off against the Union County West Mavericks. Whether you're watching from home or tuning in on the go, get ready for some fast-paced action, big-time goals, and some Friday night intensity on the ice. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ted Franz, your host for the evening. Joining me in the booth, Tyler Lachaume, ready to break down all the action. Tyler, welcome back, buddy. How's it going?
Good. It's a little 2-week hiatus, but I'm glad to be back here.
Little vacation under your belt and all rested up, ready to do this again. Behind the scenes, running the camera, graphics, and everything in between is our production manager, Bert Lawson. So let's take a look at Game 1. Today's pregame is brought to you by Yes Carolinas. That's your entertainment service the Carolinas go to for turning every event into a party you'll never forget. Weddings, corporate events, birthday blowout, school function, whatever the vibe. Yes Carolina brings the energy, the beats, and the experience to keep the crowd on their feet. Lock in your event now at 843-718-5110 or visit YesCarolinas.com. Say yes to the music, yes to the moment. Say yes, Carolinas. All right, let's break it down by the numbers. Take a look at these two teams. The Southern Knights, 4-4 so far on the season. 35 goals for, 36 against, facing off against the Charlotte Catholic Cougars, 4-3-1. Little bit better of a record. Goals for, though, and goals against, a big difference. Really close on both sides for -1 for the Southern Knights, +1 for the Cougars. We're looking at a good matchup of just what they do offensively and defensively. Most of the weight goes to the Catholic Cougars to win it out. Leading scorer, number 4, Tristan McAuliffe, is a scratch tonight. That's going to play a big difference in the matchup for today. Let's take a look at the standings, see what we got going around here. The Predators out early, 9-0 on the season so far, not taking a loss. The Natterjacks rounding it up in second. We got a good matchup tonight with number 3 and number 5, the Cougars and the Knights. And again, the later game, the Mavericks and the Eagles, though. We're right about at the halfway point of the season, and it's going to start intensifying as we get ready to walk towards playoffs. Recent game results, the Knights are coming off a 6-5 win against the Western Mustangs. Hat trick by number 8, Charles Norris, bringing him to 8 goals on the season. The Cougars have a 7-4 win over UC West Mavericks. Number 23, Ethan Walters leads scoring with 4 goals, while number 11, Tenley McAuliffe, had her hand in 6 of the 7 Cougar goals as she scored a goal and had 5 assists. Players to watch. For Southern, keep an eye on Austin Caldwell, number 3. This guy's got 9 goals, 3 assists on the season. He's on a 5-game scoring tear. Tyler, what do you think, Austin Caldwell?
Caldwell's a young player, up and coming, but he's obviously showing a lot of talent here in the high school league. Very versatile. I think I called him a young Aston Matthews last time we watched him. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps this point streak going.
On the Charlotte Catholic side, player to watch, number 11, Tenley McAuliffe. She's got 6 goals, 14 assists. She's on a 3-game point streak from the 14U AAA Lady Carolina Junior Canes. Talk to me about Tenley.
So Tenley just made the 14U multi-district, she just made the 14U national camp for USA Hockey. Just a standout player for the Junior Canes organization, comes from the Charlotte area, and again, can't wait to see her play tonight.
All right, keys to success tonight for this game for the Knights: limit scoring opportunities. They've got one of the lowest goals against in the league, and they have to play to that talent, stay out of the penalty box. Don't let the big-time shooters for the Cougars have access to the net front just free of charge. For Catholic, it's keep Southern chasing the puck. This is one of the best, if not the best team in controlling the puck. If they can keep the Knights chasing, maintaining possession in the offensive zone, they're going to find opportunity with shooters facing an open net. Let's talk starting lineups for the Southern Knights. Starting at forward, number 5, Ashton Savage. Number 8, Chuck Norris. Number 10, Ethan Merritt. Back on D, Ethan Mumpower, number 12. And number 16, Alexander Purpura. Starting for the Cougars is going to be up at forward, 11, Tenley McAuliffe. Number 19, Jude Clark. At center, number 23, Ethan Walters. Back on D, number 24, Brody Hertzig. And number 9, Jackson Babbage. Starting in net for the Southern Knights is going to be number 1, Kirill Zazulovich. This guy, he 4-4 on the season, 4.5 goals against average. In net for the Charlotte Catholic Cougars is a fill-in, number 31, Joe Duggan. No record to speak of so far this season, but we're going to get a good look at him. He's been around the league quite a bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for the national anthem, the call of the starting lineups, and then we will get back to the action right after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Teams are lined up. Refs are out in the center, and the puck is down. Period 1 underway here. Southern Knights versus the Charlotte Catholic Cougars. Quick answer, shot on there by number 21, Aaron Walsh, just goes wide of the net. Here comes Southern back the other way. Merritt's going to take a quick shot. That just goes wide to the right. That's going to get a quick whistle from the ref there.
Yeah, good opening faceoff there by Catholic, winning it back to Brody Hertzig. Actually went up to number 23, Ethan Walters, for that shot, but a clear break right from the start.
Faceoff won by the Knights. Quick pass in. Norris makes a quick pass into Ashton Savage there, takes a shot on, and a big save there by Duggan for his first one. Face-off won by the Cougars. McAuliffe has it. She looks to center one through the neutral zone. That gets taken away, though, going back the opposite direction. There's a move by Jude Clark. He's going to take a shot in. Big save there by Zazulovich. Little back and forth there. Puck kept in the Catholic zone. Babbage fighting for it. And Savage comes up with it. Hertzig tries to clear the zone. Savage takes that away. Savage will walk it back behind the net. Puts it to Norris in the corner. Norris loses an edge there as he tries to play it back behind to himself. Babbage has it in the near side corner. Plays it up to McAuliffe. McAuliffe to Hertzig. Hertzig back up to McAuliffe. McAuliffe stretches one across. Looking for Jude Clark. That gets kicked down into the Knight zone, and that'll be taken away by Purpura. Purpura coming up the near side, has a little mess in with the ref there and loses possession. Cougars will look to break it out again as Seeley. Back to Seeley down low. Little dangerous puck handling down there in the defensive zone.
Very risky to start that out.
Back behind the net, Caldwell comes up with possession. Looks to play it off the boards to Oscar Maynard. It gets kicked back to Braden Harp, and he'll look to reset. Harp stretches one out for Maynard again. It's taken away by Seeley. Seeley comes up with possession into the Knights zone. Seeley down in the corner with Harp. Plays it around the back of the net to Maynard. Maynard going to go out to the blue line. And that's covered for the whistle.
A little slow start to the game so far, but again, I expect it to speed up here as the period goes along. Everyone kind of getting used to some lines, everyone getting used to some players, so we should see the intensity pick up a little bit.
Face off in the southern zone. The Knights win that one. Caldwell breaks it out, coming down into the near side corner. Tries to get a pass to Harp. That's taken away by Wellman. Wellman pushes it into the Knight zone. He takes it down into the near side corner. Little back and forth. Puck goes back behind the net. Hintz will get a hand on it. It's taken away by Noah Alexander. Hand up for the whistle. Looks like that's going to be a hooking call. Looks like that's going to be number 2, Braden Harp for the hook. And we will have our first power play. It's time for a Rockhound Power Play. Today's Power Play brought to you by Rockhounds Coffee Company. Whether it's even strength, specialty, or ice, make sure you're getting your mug filled by the one that gives you the man advantage. Rockhounds, where people can come together, share ideas, and create meaningful connections. Quick pass across the slot there, looking for Ethan Walters. Ethan Walters on a little streak, 7-game goal streak there. That one gets covered up by Zazulovic.
Keep an eye out on Telly McAuliffe here. 2 different plays here. She's controlling that puck. She's looking. She sees the open person, and she's getting that puck to her. So, like, watch out for her. Just keep an eye on her. She's on that strong side right in front of the net right now.
Face-off won by the Cougars. Jude Clark takes it back behind the net. Centering pass. Walters tries to take a quick shot, and that's knocked down. Savage meets Seeley. Seeley takes a shot that goes up over the top of the net. Kept in at the blue line by Herzig. Herzig goes back to McAuliffe. Little back and forth there. Shore tries to clear the zone. That's kept in at the blue line again by Herzig. Herzig's going to take it down, and it's taken away finally by Norris. Norris will come up with possession down the far side. Makes a move past McAuliffe. Norris takes a shot on. That's kicked away. And a big save there by Joe Duggan. 1:02 left in the power play, 10:48 remaining in the first period. Catholic will go ahead and switch it up. Face-off coming to the right of Duggan in the Cougar zone. Nice tie-up by Wellman. He gets the puck one to Babbage. Babbage, a little too much touch back there. Gets the puck taken away by Womble back behind the net. No Alexander coming with some speed. Alexander takes a shot that just goes wide of the net. Kept in at the blue line by Wellman. Wellman looks to center one up just on the backhand. Big save by Zazulovic. Babbage looks to reset, takes it into the Knight zone. Just loses possession at the top of the face-off circle. And the Knights come back the other way. Herzig in the corner with possession. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Puck gets sent all the way down, and the Knights will successfully kill their the first power play of the game as the clock rolls through 9:45. Tenley stretches one across for Jackson Babbage. It's taken away in the neutral zone. Knights will come back down. Nice stick there by Will Seeley. He knocks it away, gets it up to McAuliffe. Puck goes down the opposite direction. Conway puts it down into the corner. Knights coming with some speed through the neutral zone. Big stick there by Ethan Walters. He takes that away, and it's a 3-on-2. Quick shot by Walters. Zazulovic gets the stick on it. Knocks it up over the glass for the whistle. 9:08 left to play in the first period.
Charlotte Catholic doing a good job. Their D, whenever they win that puck right around the blue line, it's a quick transition. Whether they're skating it or they're passing it right off the bat to make it to go and tack in the zone. They're doing a great job of that so far.
Face-off down in the Knight zone just to the left of Zazulovic, won by the Cougars. Babbage goes D to D to Seeley. Seeley tries to play it off the glass, just a little too much height on that, and he'll get the whistle with 9 minutes even left to play.
I don't know if that curve's legal, how high that just went. Seeley's still checking out his stick, doesn't know how it went that high.
Thought he brought the CCM, wound up being the pitching wedge. Puck will come out into the neutral zone. Face-off won by the Knights. Caldwell, he's going to turn it around at the blue line. Centers one up inside to Harp. Harp down in the corner with Babbage. Babbage loses an edge, goes down. Harp's going to take it back behind the net. Harp to Caldwell at the face-off circle. Caldwell going to reset it out to the blue line. Caldwell goes down to Harp. Harp through the center to Caldwell. Caldwell just doesn't get enough stick on it. Gets possession back and just doesn't get a shot off inside as Duggan comes out to interrupt the play. Caldwell at the half wall gets it to Harp. Harp walking across the slot. Shot just goes post. Catholic able to clear the zone as Seeley gets it out but concedes possession. Here comes Caldwell again. Caldwell tried to go off the boards to Harp, gets it back to himself. He's going to walk it down Main Street. Puck to Gallimore. Gallimore goes down to Caldwell. Caldwell to Harp at the half wall. Once again, able to clear the zone. Oh, big stick there by Walters. Walters takes a shot. Looked like the defenseman might have got a little stick on that. That one goes up over the glass.
Yeah, great shift by Southern there. Austin Caldwell, the player to watch tonight. Good patience down low, using Braden Harp. Braden Harp getting that post shot. A lot of patience on that as well. Looks like he picked his corner for sure, but just 1 inch away.
Both 2010 14U AAA Queen City Royals, they've worked a lot together over the past years. Babbage comes down. He tries to take a shot that just not a good angle there. That one winds up going over the net. 7:32 left to play in the first. Puck will drop out in the neutral zone. It's Savage and Walters in the face-off circle. Won by Savage. Norris has it. Tries to handle it through. That's taken away by Babbage. Babbage will come down, plays it up to Walters. Walters near side. He's going to stop at the top of the face-off circle. Drops it down low for McAuliffe. McAuliffe tries to get a backhand shot. Another quick shot in there by Walters. Puck back behind the net, finds its way out front. Zazulovic going to cover that one up for the whistle.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Walters' release there. Walters has an unbelievably fast release. Shot a couple pucks already so far, and his shot is just an absolute cannon. So if I'm Southern, I'm going to make sure he doesn't get a shot off.
Face-off won by Catholic. Oh, pass to Seeley across the blue line there. Looks like the puck found its way just across into the neutral zone. That'll get whistled for the offside with 6:56 left to play. Face-off won by Southern. Merritt plays it up. Looking for Norris, that's taken away by Seeley. Seeley looking to play it up to Shannon Conway, just out of reach. That goes all the way to the other end of the ice for the icing. 6:43 left to play. Charlotte Catholic notoriously likes to play the put a skater in the neutral zone, look to stretch one out as soon as that possession change happens. Haven't seen a lot of that one tonight.
Yeah, definitely looking for that stretch pass to get an opportunity, but they're trying to find him, but they're not finding it as of right now.
Face off in the Catholic zone, won by the Cougars. Herzig turns it around near side corner. He's going to play it back to Sealy, far side. Sealy again looking for Conway. Again, just out of reach. That'll go all the way down for the icing.
Another far side stretch zone pass, just behind Shannon Conway there, so we're coming all the way back. Little thunderstorm out there, if you can hear the thunder rolling throughout the building.
Thunder coming through the building for sure. Face off won by Southern. That's taken away by Noah Alexander. He gets it to Conway, and that's loses possession to Brooks Gallimore. Gallimore takes that back behind the net. Makes a move past Conway. He's going to come try to take it down with some speed himself. Gets it across the red line, sends it back all the way down into the Cougar zone. Little back and forth there. Wellman does a nice job from his knees to keep possession. Gets it up to Alexander. Alexander tries to walk it down Main Street. Just a little too much on it. Zazulovic able to cover that one up for the whistle. Good
pull there by Noah Alexander. Gets the defense to believe that he's going one way, pulls it back the other way, gets the opening, just out of touch though, just lost it last minute, but what a great play by him.
5:54 left to play in the first period. Face-off will come in the Knight zone just to the right of Zazulovic. Face-off won by the Knights, looking for Savage. Savage able to clear the zone. And Norris coming down far side with some speed. On the back end of his stick, big save by Duggan. Norris tries to walk that right across the middle, tries to pull it back, and Duggan able to get his stick and leg pad on it, knocks that over the net.
Great speed there by Chucky Norris. You got to watch out for that. Again, an older player in the league, but has tons of speed. So Charlotte Catholic, be on the lookout for that.
Face off won by the Knights. They'll take possession back into the neutral zone. Pass looking for Norris. Savage comes up with possession. Savage goes to Norris through the neutral zone. Norris going to take it down the far side again. To the corner, quick centering pass looking for Savage. That's knocked away by Babbage there. McAuliffe gets a pass outside to Jude Clark. Jude Clark takes a shot, and that's gloved down by Zazulovic for the whistle.
Good skill pass there by Telly McAuliffe. If you rewind that one, she puts it on her backhand. One hand pushes it up to get that pass off, to get that outside rush.
Shots on net so far, 9-3 in favor of the Catholic Cougars. Puck back behind the net. Shore tries to turn it around. Goes to the near side corner. Purpura fights for it. That's taken away by Walters. Walters comes up with possession. He gets that taken away by Norris. Big stick by Babbage there to take the puck away from Norris coming through the near side. Clark unable to clear it as he tried to send that out into the neutral zone. Babbage comes up with possession, near side corner. Plays it off the wall for Clark. Clark to Sealy, back to Clark. To McAuliffe. McAuliffe comes through the blue line. Centering pass right inside. Looked like she wanted to take a shot there and just splits the legs of the defenseman for that pass. Just didn't get enough stick on it. Zazulovic able to cover that one up.
Great play by Telly McAuliffe again. Makes everyone think that she's going to shoot, gives that pass off, boom.
She really did bear down like it was she was going to snap one in there and just sends one right between the defenseman's legs. 4:15 left to play in the first. Still no score here. Caldwell looked to get one to Merritt. Merritt gets a little stick on it and gives the new goaltender Joe Duggan for his first game, gives him a little snow on the stop there. Babbage had something to say about it. 4:07 remaining in the first period. Face-off will come in the Cougar zone to the left of Duggan. Face-off won by the Cougars. Herzig back behind the net. He's met by Merritt. Gets it to Babbage. Babbage a little too much on it for Alexander there. Puck comes all the way back down into the corner again. Puck taken away from Babbage by Caldwell. Caldwell works it to the blue line. Down the half wall, far side. Turns it around in the corner. Looks center one up for Harp. Harp's met by Herzig in the corner. Herzig comes up with possession. Taken away by Harp. Little back and forth. Catholic just trying to get it out of the zone. Merritt tries to center one up. That's taken away by Babbage. Babbage hard off the glass. Going to go all the way down. Icing waved off as Zazulovic puts the blocker pad on it. Zazulovic going to try to stick handle it there out of the crease. Looking for Harp, kept in by Babbage. Dangerous centering pass. Shot, second, big save there by Zazulovic. A lot of bodies down. Puck's loose, no whistle yet. Everybody's down in front of the crease, and finally the whistle comes. My goodness. Noah Alexander right down there in the center, comes up with the puck on his stick, wide open backside, takes a shot on Zazulovic, somehow gets a left leg pad on it to keep it from going in.
Unreal save. It looked like he had the whole left side wide open, and all of a sudden it did. He put it on net. Zazulovic somehow gets there. Then another side, all wide open on the other side. Zazulovic somehow gets a pad on the other one. Two good chances.
2:48 left to play in the first period. Face-off won by the Cougars. Seeley going to take a shot from long. That's knocked down in front. Little back and forth. McAuliffe's got it. She tries to center a pass up that gets sticked up over the zone. Cougars keep possession. Clark turns it around. Out to Seeley at the blue line. Seeley takes a shot. Zazulovic able to cover that one up for the whistle.
Good job by Brody Herzig there, pinching just inside the red line to keep that puck and then go the other way and keep that opportunity in the offensive zone.
Face-off won by the Cougars again. Seeley plays it down low. Look to go out to the blue line there. Just out of reach. Puck goes up to McAuliffe. McAuliffe takes it far side. Plays it off the wall to herself down into the corner. Out to the blue lines. Seeley plays it back down to McAuliffe, back behind the net. That's taken away by the Knights. Puck comes up to Norris. Norris looks to center one up. That gets knocked away by Seeley, just not enough on it. Savage gets a skate on that. He's able to keep that one in the zone. Look to pass it to Norris inside. He gets stick lifted. Catholic comes up with it. There's that stretch pass. Put an extra skater in the neutral zone. Here comes Norris. It's taken away by Walters. Walters makes the pass up into Clark. Clark back to Walters. Walters inside, makes a move left and right. And finally, we have our first one of the evening. Ethan Walters beats Zazulovic glove side, and it is 1-0. Ethan Walters extends his goal streak now 8 games, number 20 on the season for him.
Great play by him going in. It's where all the hands came into place there, like just going forehand, back in throughout the sticks, beats the defender, and then goes short side on the goalie for Southern.
Face-off won by the Cougars. Seeley plays it across to Babbage. Babbage back to Seeley. Seeley stretches one across for Gabe Smith. Smith knocks it down towards the net. A little too much pressure there. Zazulovic will go ahead and cover that one up for the whistle. 51 seconds left to play in the first. And again, Catholic Cougars lead 1-0. Face-off won by the Knights. Gallimore takes it back behind the net. Looking up to Menard. Taken away by Babbage. Babbage takes the puck himself, top of the circle. Gets it to Bateman. Bateman tries to get a shot on, just doesn't get enough on it. And the Knights will look to reset. 25 seconds left to play. Little too much power on that, trying to clear it past the defender there. That one will go all the way down to the other end of the ice for the icing. 17 seconds left to play in the first.
Good first period so far. I mean, both teams, this is their first time playing against each other this season. So again, getting used to who the challengers are going to be. So we'll see how this goes for the rest of the game.
Last game for the new team. After this, it is all repeats. Knights trying to make one last push as Caldwell tries to play it off the glass. That's kept in the zone, and that will do it for the first period. And once again, after one, Charlotte Catholic Cougars lead over the Southern Knights 1-0. You're watching Friday Night Lights, part of the Charlotte Scholastic Hockey League, live from Extreme Ice Center in Indian Trail, North Carolina. We'll be back with more of the action right after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Buzzer has sounded. Players come back out to the face-off circle. We'll get ready for period 2 to get underway. Big offensive press for Charlotte Catholic. 14 shots to Southern's 4. Little disparity there. I think that speaks of the disparity of the two teams, though. Low scoring give, low scoring take. Quick shot there, just goes wide. But not a lot of goals for offensively or defensively for Southern, while Charlotte Catholic always seems to be in some sort of double-digit game for both teams.
I think we'll see Southern pick it up here again in this next couple periods. I think that was a big talk for Lovelace in the intermission was get more shots on net. Can't score if we don't shoot the puck. So stop trying to be fancy with it. Let's try to make something out of this.
Little back and forth down in the corner. Merritt comes up with it. He takes it away from Herzig. Southern inside looking for Savage. Savage tried to walk it down to the low slot. That gets taken away. Catholic come in the opposite direction. Inside, outside. Shot by Walters just goes up over the top of the net. Little back and forth. Dangerous again. Walters inside. McAuliffe looked like she wanted to take a shot at it. Little miscommunication there by Southern. Catholic all over it. Norris takes it down to the near side half wall. He tries to center one up. That goes back to Mumpower. Mumpower to Savage at the half wall. All the way across the other side to Norris. Norris goes out to Hintz. Hintz tries to play one inside. That just gets taken away. Here comes McAuliffe stretching one out. She's on a break. Shot just goes over the glove hand and past the net. McAuliffe comes back up with it at the half wall. She's got options. She's going to take a shot. Zazulovic able to get a glove on that and knock it up over the net. Babbage, far side, makes a move. He's going to try to go around the net. Tries to center one up, just doesn't get enough on it. Southern takes that one away. Caldwell come up with it on the far side. Caldwell goes to Harp. Just out of reach. Cougars knock that back into the neutral zone. Little tie-up taken away by Walters. Walters centers one up, looking for Conway, just couldn't keep it on the stick. Caldwell with some speed coming through the neutral zone. He's got it on the near side, takes it around the back of the net. Look to stretch one across. Conway takes that away. She'll send that all the way down to the other end. That'll get the whistle for icing. 12:25 left to play in the second period.
Same thing we're seeing, though. Southern just toying with the puck a little bit too much. They've had a couple rushes, 3-on-2s, 4-on-2s. Just wanting to set it up like a power play. When they have the rush, they got to take advantage of it.
Faceoff will come down in the Cougar zone. Trying to figure out who's going to stay and who's going to go on the ice down there. Faceoff won by the Cougars. Herzig comes with possession. He's able to clear the zone, but that's taken away by Gallimore. Gallimore concedes possession to Seeley. Seeley coming down the far side. Into the corner. Centers one up. That's knocked away by Zazulovic. Gets it out to Caldwell. Caldwell looking to get it up to Gallimore, just out of reach. And here come the Cougars again. Purpura is going to take it through the neutral zone himself. Just offside there. Caldwell couldn't make his way back in. Tried to make the stop, but that'll get the whistle for the offside. 11:45 left to play in the second period.
Yeah, a little frustrating out there. Southern's got to be able to move that puck up. It seems like they all just want to rush it themselves. And again, when they do get in the zone, they kind of just play with it instead of making the smart play, get a shot on net. So we'll see what we got.
A little back and forth off the face-off. Cougars come through, centering pass there for Clark, just out of reach. Southern able to make a move towards the neutral zone, taken away by the Cougars again. Savage and Walters meet down on the far side of the net. Walters goes down. And just another miss pass there. Nice stick by Womble. Norris going to play it to himself, coming through the neutral zone. Norris beats Seeley. Far side, quick shot on. Duggan able to knock that one down for the big save. Herzig around the backside of the net, looking for McAuliffe, just out of reach. Icing waved off. Colton Hintz comes up with possession back behind the net. He's going to look to stretch one long for Norris. Norris inside, outside. Just didn't look like a shot got off on that.
I think he just missed the whole puck.
McAuliffe gets it to Walters.
I think everyone in the building was wondering where the puck went. I thought it went in the net, but it just stood right where it was.
Babbage brings it into the zone. He takes a shot that just goes wide. Walters near side, centers one up, knocked away by Zazulovic inside. Big save by Zazulovic as McAuliffe had it down in the low slot. Norris far side, gets it to Savage. Savage takes a shot that goes wide. McAuliffe coming down, one-on-one, Colton Hintz. McAuliffe turns it around in the corner, plays it at the half wall. Big stick in front there by Wellman. Brody Herzig takes a shot from the blue line. Liam Wellman able to get a stick on that, just tips it up over the net though. Looking to stretch one through the neutral zone. Nobody really there to receive it. That'll go too far for the icing. 9:10 left to play in the second period.
It's little things from Catholic in that play. They passed it up to their D, and you could just hear people crash the net. You scream for them to shoot it. So that's just that little thing to get those D to, handle the puck. They might not be looking up, but as soon as they get the puck, they hear shoot. They better get their eyes up and start shooting.
Face-off won by the Cougars. Herzig takes it around the backside of the net. Look to get one to Wellman. That's taken away by Harp. Cougars able to clear the zone. Purpura comes up with possession, though. Purpura to Merritt to Caldwell. Caldwell centers one up. Too much traffic, though. That gets taken away. Cougars able to clear the zone. Conway across the red line. She pushes it down deep into the night zone. Purpura in the corner. Purpura makes a move through the neutral zone. Once again, little too much by myself there. Doesn't cut it through the D. That's taken away. Cougars coming back the opposite direction. Puck taken away by Purpura. Purpura pushes it into the zone, gives concession of possession to Alexander. Alexander plays it off the wall. Babbage down low. Conway takes a shot. That's kicked away by Zazulovic.
There you go.
Here comes Ethan Merritt, 3-on-1. Merritt shot just wide. Another shot on. Big shot. Austin Caldwell finds it backside. And just like that, we are all tied up here at 1. 7:46 left to play.
Yeah, 3-on-1 there. I didn't think that he was going to shoot it. Braden Harp, he came in the wide. I thought they were going to set up something on the 3-on-1. A little risky. Initially thought, shooting that far out, but got a good rebound. Austin Caldwell just barely touches it. Somehow flutters over. Maybe Dugan made the first save, and it just went right over. Got in the net.
Face-off won by Southern. Gallimore takes it back behind the net, gets it up to Savage. Savage looked across, gets lucky, rebounds his own missed pass there. Savage looks to center one up, though, taken away by McAuliffe. McAuliffe to Walters. Walters tries to take a shot, that's knocked down. Savage up with possession again. Savage through the middle. Savage and Seeley down into the corner. Seeley takes that away. Seeley to McAuliffe at the half wall. Little back and forth. McAuliffe takes it through the neutral zone. Move inside. Backhand shot. Second shot attempt. Zazulovic makes two there. Quick centering pass there. And a quick answer back for Charlotte Catholic as they go up 2-1.
You had the feeling something bad was going to happen. Telly McAuliffe just skated right through all four Southern untouched. Everyone just kind of watching. She puts the puck in the corner, then out of the corner. Nice, beautiful pass to, who's it, Walters that scored?
Ethan Walters,
yeah,
yes.
Nice, beautiful pass, and Walters, again, hard shot, just puts it right in the back of the net. Zuvich not very happy with his team after that goal. Again, untouched.
Ethan Walters with his second of the game. Just offside. Brody Herzig coming through with some speed. Just offside, and that'll go back out into the neutral zone. 6:29 left to play in the second period. And once again, Charlotte Catholic Cougars are up 2-1. Neutral zone face-off won by Wellman. Plays that to Conway up off the board. Braden Harp comes back up with possession for the Knights. Harp down into the near side corner. Back behind the net, look to center one up, just too much traffic. That one goes all the way back into the Knight zone. Zazulovic will come out and play that one. Little back and forth, and Ethan Mumpower will reset it. Well, Harp and Hintz, they're just bumping into each other. Little stick check in there. Looks like that's going to get the roughing call on Colton Hintz. Looked like Gabe Smith was able to frustrate him just enough with the stick lift. And that'll put Catholic back on the power play.
Yeah, just a little bit of unnecessary stuff there, but ref's going to call it, and we're going to go down 2-minute power play.
And with 5:33, we are back on a power play. Today's power play is brought to you by Rockhounds. Rockhounds, where people can come together, share ideas, and create meaningful connections. Face-off won by the Cougars. Sealy plays that down into the corner to Clark. Clark backhands it into the zone. Walters comes up with possession down in the near side corner. Walters centers one up, looking for McAuliffe. Knocked down in front, Zazulovic able to cover that one up. Centering pass there by Jude Clark as he comes through the corner. Purpura tries to clear it. That's knocked down in the neutral zone by Sealy. Sealy gets puck taken away by Savage. Savage going to come with some speed, going far side. Sealy going to keep up with him, though. Well, back and forth in the corner there. Savage comes up with possession. Looks across for Norris far side. That's taken away by Babbage. McAuliffe stretches one for Clark. McAuliffe near side corner. Met by Purpura, centering pass. A lot of bodies down in front. Clark comes up with it, plays it out to the blue line. That's taken away by Norris. Norris coming with speed, by himself again. He gets the shot off this time and beats Duggan, stick side. And talk to me Shorty for the shorthanded goal, 4:19.
Just a mishandle there by Charlotte Catholic. Right in the center of the ice, tried to pass it back to his D. D was skating backwards, just a little out of reach. Chucky Norris chips it off to himself, wins the race, and forehand, backhand, right around Duggan. Good play.
46 seconds remaining on the Catholic power play. Face-off won by the Knights. Purpura plays that one off the glass. He'll send that one all the way down into the Cougar zone. Brody Herzig plays it up near side. Back to Herzig. Big save by Zazulovic. Centering pass. Caldwell gets it up to Merritt. Near side corner, Noah Alexander and Ethan Merritt. Puck out to the blue line, kept in by Purpura. Herzig looking to stretch one out for Walters, taken away by Caldwell. And that will end the Knights, oh, no, Michigan attempt. Austin Caldwell right at the end of the kill for Southern.
Wow.
With speed there, no real setup for that. In stride, pulls up and pulls the Michigan off. And it's 3-2. Southern is up with 3:20 left to play in the second.
Was that his second? No, the power play was
Caldwell's yes, that's Caldwell's second goal of the evening.
Great play by him.
Little back and forth. Here comes Catholic. Walter's going to turn it around, reset. Looks to play it down low for Smith. That's taken away by Purpura. Puck goes out into the neutral zone. Cougars will come up with possession. Sent all the way down. Zazulovic just one hand lazy days on the puck back there. He gets pressed by Conway. Dangerous inside. Babbage. Another big leg save by Zazulovic.
Southern's trying to look for that stretch pass, but Charlotte Catholic has been knocking down every single pass. They got to watch out for that.
Puck kept in at the blue line by Seeley. Centering pass by Clark. That gets knocked away. Big. Puck's loose out in front. Still loose. Zazulovic able to cover it up. Big slap shot by Jackson Babbage from the blue line. Zazulovic gets the first one and just sits in place while a couple more come at him.
Yeah, luckily Charlotte Catholic just shoving it right back in between the legs there. Didn't try to move the puck at all, just right where we were standing.
Faceoff comes down in the southern zone to the right of Zazulovic. 2:09 left to play in the second period. Faceoff won by Southern. Purpura clears it out of the zone. Babbage turns it around, being chased by Womble. Little too much on it. Icing gets waved off. Harp beats Babbage. Far side, up to Caldwell. Caldwell by himself, just wide to the glove side. Cougars coming back into the zone. Drops it down deep, back behind the net. Shore and Smith back behind it. Puck sent around the other side by Wellman. Hintz comes up with possession. Speed through the neutral zone. Icing waved off. Shore across to Hintz. Hintz looks to stretch one. McAuliffe gets a skate on it. Puck kept in the zone by Wellman. Knights just struggling to clear the zone. They'll send it all the way down. Duggan going to come out, though, and play it, wave off the icing. Puck to Seeley, far side. Stretches one to Wellman coming through the middle. Wellman looking for a quick shot, just nothing there. Seeley keeps it in at the blue line. He's got that loft wedge again as he goes high up over the glass for the whistle. 20 seconds remain in the second period. It's 3-2. Southern Knights lead over the Charlotte Catholic Cougars. Neutral zone face-off. Norris spread out from the face-off there. He's got it, top of the face-off circle. Savage comes up with possession, turns it around in the corner to Norris. Quick shot. Just tipped up over the top of the net. 6 seconds left to play in the second. That gets the whistle. Face-off will come to the left of Duggan. 6 seconds left to play. Out to the blue line. Shore didn't want to take that shot. Not enough time there as a break opportunity was there for Noah Alexander, and that will end the second. Once again, it's 3-2. Southern Knights lead over the Charlotte Catholic Cougars. You're watching Friday Night Lights, part of Charlotte Scholastic Hockey League, live from Extreme Ice Center. We'll be back with more right after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Southern Knights versus the Charlotte Catholic Cougars, period 3, 15 minutes left to play. Southern Knights up 3-2. Pair of goals from Austin Caldwell, one from Chuck Norris, and for the Cougars, 2 from Ethan Walters.
I expect a lot more shots this period and the speed tempo to kind of go up. I think a 1-goal game with 1 period left. I think both benches pretty much just told both teams, hey, let's pick it up just a little bit. Let's finish this game with a win.
Cougars out shooting the Knights 24-9. Norris, far side corner, makes a move inside, looks to go high. Duggan gets a shoulder on that. Cougars unable to clear the zone. Taken away by McAuliffe. McAuliffe looks up to Walters. Little back and forth, knocked back into the neutral zone. McAuliffe going to take it up by herself. Pass the face-off circle. Backhand to forehand. Takes a shot. Big save by Zazulovic. McAuliffe looks to center one up. Knocked down by Savage. Great job by Seeley to keep that from being a breakaway. Norris looks across for Merritt. Merritt and Babbage meet at the half wall there. Walters makes a move. Back behind the net. Kicked out into the corner. Taken away by Gallimore. Gallimore through the middle. Babbage locks him up there in the corner. Takes that one away. Gets it up to Walters. Walters up to Clark. Little backward into the offensive zone with a couple players in tow. That'll get the offside. 13:21 remaining into the first of 2 matchups tonight.
Same thing. Let's see more shots. Southern had a couple chances here to shoot the puck, but instead they want to make that one extra move. If they start shooting the puck, we'll see a couple more goals.
Neutral zone face-off, won by the Cougars. To Brody Herzig. Herzig gets that knocked down by Caldwell. Caldwell past the face-off circle. Caldwell takes a shot. That goes off of the face mask of Duggan and up over the net.
Good shot by Caldwell there. Had a pass option, but he was definitely covered by the Catholic players, so good choice of shooting. And even better save by Dugan there.
Face-off one to Herzig. Herzig looks up for Conway. Conway able to push that a little further into the neutral zone. Little back and forth, and Wellman comes up with it. Shot by Wellman, gloved down easily by Zazulovic. 12:50 left to play in the third period. Once again, Southern Knights lead by 1. Face off in the Knight zone, just to the right of Zazulovic. That one gets played low into the slot. Knights come up with possession, but unable to clear the zone. Little hit from behind there. Looked like the Knights got away with one there. Herzig plays that hard off the glass. Knights come up with possession, looking to reset. Caldwell up to Harp. Harp tried to make a pass that got knocked down by Herzig. Big stick by Noah Alexander. Sends that one back into the Knight zone. Knights will reset again. McAuliffe makes a nice job there knocking the puck away from Purpura coming into the zone. McAuliffe gets the puck taken away by Caldwell. Caldwell plays it to himself, knocks that down. He's met by Clark at the half wall. Puck wrapped around to McAuliffe. McAuliffe finds backhand to Walters. Walters on a break.
Another
And
beautiful,
Zazulovic stops that one from going 5-hole.
beautiful pass by Tenley McAuliffe there to cause the breakaway. And Zazulovic makes a huge stop. It looked like he was just trying to go right above the pad, right below the blocker there, but big save, gobbled it right in.
Face-off won by the Knights. Give up possession, though, in their own zone. Shot by Seeley. Doesn't make it all the way to the net. Seeley comes back up with it in the corner. Plays that down low. Cross to McAuliffe. McAuliffe plays it out to Babbage. Babbage to Seeley. Seeley to Walters inside. Just loses possession. Norris comes up with it. Norris with some speed. Takes it down to the near side. Face-off circle. Quick shot on. Duggan takes that one right in the armpit for the save. 10:44 left to play.
Good hard shot there by Chucky Norris. Maybe he needs to put it a little lower, but at least he's getting shots off now, so that's good.
Face-off won by the Cougars. Babbage wraps it around looking for Seeley, just out of reach. Norris comes up with it, taken away by Seeley. Clark to McAuliffe, to Walters. Walters takes a shot on, that's kicked away by Zazulovic. Norris keeps the icing from happening, looks to toe drag one, backhands it into the corner to Savage. Savage goes to Norris at the half wall. Norris turns it around. Across the slot, turns it around as Clark goes down. Played down to Savage. Savage at the face-off circle. Savage plays it down low, far side corner to Norris. Norris is met by Walters. Walters able to take that one away. Walters to McAuliffe. McAuliffe resets at the blue line. Plays it down low into the corner. Turns it around at the half wall. Out. Quick shot on by Herzig there. Just gets kicked to the far side of the net. McAuliffe looking to center one up. Nobody there. Little back and forth between Clark and Savage. Out to Herzig at the blue line. Herzig takes it to the far side of the face-off circle. Babbage inside, loses possession. Puck goes out to the far side half wall. Walters down to the corner, cycles it back down looking for McAuliffe. McAuliffe and Mumpower down in the corner. Walters centers one up looking for Smith. And Zazulovic able to cover that one up for the whistle. 8:56 left to play.
Charlotte Catholic doing a good job keeping possession down low. Moving the puck, and when they don't have the puck, at least they're in an open position to be calling for the puck. So that's what the difference is between them and Southern. Southern kind of just standing around watching players if they have the puck instead of moving.
Cougars win the face-off, able to keep it in the zone. Alexander cycles that one down, looking for Wellman behind the net. Wellman outside to Herzig. Herzig takes a shot that goes wide.
Good job by Herzig finding that open area, going fast and getting that one-timer shot. Just a little bit wide, but again, that's what I'm talking about. They're cutting, they're finding the gaps, and they're going hunting those gaps.
Just out of reach, Gallimore struggles to run it through the middle there. Harp has it down into the corner. He's met by Herzig. Harp and Wellman now. Harp keeps possession. Harp and Herzig again. Gets it to Merritt. Herzig comes up with possession, looking for Conway. Conway does a nice job to keep possession there in the back and forth and is able to find Wellman with some speed. Wellman down in the corner, turns it around. Look for Seeley coming into the zone, just gets to him before that though. Cougars will reset out in the neutral zone, lose possession. Purpura back behind the net, 7:35 left to play. Purpura plays it off the wall, kept in at the blue line by Babbage. Wellman makes a move to the slot, Glove down by Zazulovic for the whistle. 7:23 left to play.
Keep an eye out on Southern. Again, they're trying to stretch that zone. And every time they're trying to stretch that zone, they're leaving their defense out to dry. Defense are trying to get it to them, but it keeps getting picked off by Catholic. That's where Catholic's chances are coming from most of the time.
Face off in Southern zone. Won by the Cougars. Sealy keeps it in. Savage takes that away, looking for Norris. Here comes Norris with speed. Takes a shot and stick side. Burns. Duggan on that one. Duggan frustrated. Just didn't have that backside corner covered. And it's 4-2 Southern.
Goalie a little bit frustrated here. Throwing stick, hit his stick off the post. Dad over here on the side just watching a $300, $400 stick go right across the post, screaming no. Every parent's worst nightmare is seeing all that dollar sign just be broke across a post.
4-2 Southern leads as we come across the 7-minute mark. Norris again, he tries to take a shot. Sealy gets a stick on it. That one will go up over the glass for the whistle. 6:59 left to play. Pair of goals from Austin Caldwell, a pair from Chuck Norris. And that's how Southern leads here, 4-2 late in the third period. Puck out in the neutral zone. Knights will reset it into their own zone. Colton Hintz comes down far side. Sealy gets a stick on that, taken away by McAuliffe. McAuliffe gets it up to Clark, and that's taken away again by Ashton Savage. Norris at the blue line, met by Walters. Walters gives him a little stick, let him know he's there. McAuliffe makes a nice move to beat Mumpower there. Centering pass looking for Walters. Tenley McAuliffe from Walters from McAuliffe, and we're 4-3 here on the sharp angled shot. Finds it to the glove side of Zazulovic.
Just an unreal shot by Tenley McAuliffe. Once she gets the pass over, it looked like Walters wasn't really expecting it, but he got the puck back to Tenley. Tenley just from an impossible angle. She got as low as she possibly could just to get that shot off and goes short side on Zazulovic with an unreal shot. And now we got a one-goal game. Here we go.
6:07 left to play. 4-3 Southern leads. Puck down in the corner. Herzig comes up with possession.
Oh, nice far side pass
Herzig
there.
stretches one out, looking for Clark down in the corner. Clark looks to center one, that gets knocked down.
Little icing
Puck
call there.
all the way down for the icing. 5:37 left to play. Puck will drop in the Knight zone just to the right of Zazulovic. Face off won by the Cougars. McAuliffe, she's going to draw a penalty there. Down low in the slot, Walters gets a shot off. Zazulovic able to cover that one up.
Ooh, rough time to get a power play here.
5:29 left to play. Looks like Braden Harp again for the hook. And once again, Charlotte Catholic back on the power play.
Both teams have stud players out here right now. Because again, we're on just under 5.5, and this is a big goal.
McAuliffe takes a shot that just goes wide. Alexander keeps it in the zone. Cycled back down to Alexander at the half wall. Alexander looks to center one. That gets tipped up. McAuliffe near side, and that gets slapped by Norris all the way down into the Cougar zone.
It's going to be a
Cougars will
tough
look
penalty
to
kill
reset.
here. It's going to be a tough penalty kill here for Southern because Charlotte Catholic has such strong skaters down low that if they keep McAuliffe and they keep Walters down low, that's going to force the Southern team to stay low. But they also have some hard shooters up top at the point.
Walters round the backside of the net. Quick shot in there. Brody Herzig walks up into the slot, takes the pass from Ethan Walters. Power play goal, and we are all tied up at 4.
Same thing, Ethan Walters goes around the net. All 4 Southern players have their toes pointed down because, again, he's a weapon. He is a dangerous player. You have to keep an eye out on him. But Brody Herzig saw it. He's been doing it all game. Sneaks down, finds the gap, finds the open pass. Boom, one times that in the back of the net. Great job, and it's almost like it was written from the first 2 periods.
4:27 left to play. Little back and forth. Babbage comes up with possession. He'll work it back behind his own net. Look to play one off the glass. I don't know if the glass got shorter this evening here, but people struggling to play that glass.
Oh, that's like the 5th puck in the net.
4:16 left to play in the matchup. It's 4-4. Face off won by the Cougars. Sealy looking to stretch one for Conway, just out of reach. Back behind the net, Sealy. Looks to Babbage near side corner. That's taken away by the Knights as Gallimore comes down. Gallimore looks to center one up. Top of the big slapper there by Purpura. Doesn't make its way in. Savage looks to reset. Savage to Norris. Norris with speed coming down near side. Look to toe drag, taken away by Babbage. Taken back away by Norris. Norris to the blue line. Down low for Savage in the far side corner. Savage centers one up looking for Gallimore. Taken away. Cougars coming back. 2-on-1.
Pass.
Pass to Wellman just gets knocked down. Hintz comes into the zone all by himself. Hintz to the slot. He takes a shot, just doesn't get anything on it. Off the wall, Sealy to Wellman. Taken away by Savage as they both go down into the corner. Wellman with possession, tries to take it back behind the net. Met by Savage again. Wellman with possession. Wellman again takes a shot that just goes wide. Norris puts one on Sealy. That's going to put Chuck Norris in the box there on the touch. Little back and forth, little frustration coming through, and Catholic with 2:41 left to play goes back on the power play.
Just an unreal play there by Wellman to start. Like him and Savage went down to the corner, and somehow Wellman, I think, had the puck there for about 20 seconds. Untouched, went around the net, came around, just held on to that puck. And then Chuck Norris getting a little cross-check. Again, I don't know if it was pure frustration or he's just used to that in the level that he plays. It looked like he tried to push the guy from behind, but the refs are going to call 2 minutes for cross-check.
Face-off won by the Cougars. McAuliffe has it out at the blue line, circling it around far side. Down into the corner, centers one up inside. Knocked away, puck's loose out in front. Shot on by Sealy, big save by Zazulovic. Puck down in the corner. Walters back behind the net. Taken away by Merritt. Merritt centers one up, trying to find Caldwell just out of reach. Sealy comes up with possession. Merritt takes that pass away. Inside. Merritt takes a shot, loose in front. And Duggan able to cover it up. Big energy by Ethan Merritt there late in the game.
Yeah, good penalty kill player to have out there. Has lots of speed. He's not going to give you time and space. He is going to take everything he can get to win that puck.
Face off one back. Duggan has to kick that one away. Puck comes out to McAuliffe. McAuliffe stretches one across. Walters looking for Clark there. Clark just didn't see it as the pass came across. Clark ties up Savage. Back behind the net to Walters. Quick shot. Zazulovic makes a save. Puck still loose. Goes back behind the net. Out front. Shot in front. Knocked down before it gets to the net. 1:33 left to play. Puck across to Seeley. Seeley looking for Walters. That gets knocked down. Turned around in front by Purpura. Taken away by Clark. Clark through the middle. Knocked down by Savage. Purpura and Walters in the corner. 30 seconds left in the power play. Puck still tied up down in that corner. Clark's going to come out with it behind the net. Centering pass for McAuliffe. McAuliffe shot. Big save by Zazulovic. Walters tries to turn one around. That goes wide.
Charlotte Catholic has had so many just turn and shoot, and they're getting the shots off. That's the thing. Oh, we got a timeout for Southern here.
16 seconds left in the Charlotte power play. Coaches will get a timeout here.
If I'm Southern here, I'm telling them to ice the puck. They haven't been icing the puck. They've been playing with it, and then Catholic's stealing that puck back, and that's what their chances are coming from. Like, all Southern has to do is just dump this puck. They've had their chances, but they're waiting for a perfect pass, perfect play. It's not happening. Again, Catholic's if you have the puck, I'm on you. I'm not giving you any time, any space, and I'm stealing that puck. So if I'm Southern, I'm telling them to ice the puck for at least the next 16 seconds, and then we can establish something in the last minute. From the other side, if I'm Charlotte Catholic, I'm telling them to shoot everything. Just shoot everything. Kirill is a great goalie, and it's going to be a rebound. It's not going to be the prettiest goal. It's going to be a rebound. It's going to be a dig towards the net, but we got to make sure we have someone high just in case they do get a rush, because, again, Chucky Norris is going to come out of this box in 16 seconds, and he's going to be flying for the next minute.
57 seconds left to play. 16 again remain on the power play. We're knotted up at 4 here. Little dry week. I don't know if you watched last week. Little dry week on the games last week. Short bench for the Western Mustangs. But Friday night it's been a good one for some close games.
Oh, this has been a great game, and I don't know, it ends in ties, or is there an overtime?
Shootout. To the shootout. Face-off won by the Cougars. Out to Herzig at the blue line. Herzig takes a shot that goes up over the net. 5 seconds left in the power play. Walters down the far side. Gonna work it back behind the net. Power play is over. McAuliffe at the half wall, near side, down to Walters. Walters centers one up looking for Clark. That's knocked away. Herzig steps inside, plays it back behind the net, looking for McAuliffe. 25 seconds left to play. Herzig at the face-off circle.
Norris is just waiting for this puck. He's waiting for any
Centering pass, doesn't get enough on it. Savage comes up with it, 15 seconds left to play.
Here he goes.
Here comes Norris with speed. Makes a second move.
Off.
Just offside, Ethan Merritt. 8 seconds left to play.
The thing about Ethan Merritt is he has just as much speed as Chucky Norris, so as soon as he saw him get the puck, he just started going. Unfortunately, Chucky tried to make a move, lost the puck, went all the way from east to west, so way off sides, but Ethan Merritt was going strong to the net to bring that D back.
Face off in the neutral zone, 8 seconds left. Norris wins it to himself, gets it down to Caldwell, near side at the half wall. Norris stopped up by McAuliffe, and that's going to do it. We're going to end regulation here, 4-4.
Great comeback here by Charlotte Catholic to cut the lead from a 4-2 deficit to come back and tie this game. And now here we go, the game of the goalies.
Again, Zazulovic, strong goaltender. Zazulovic, strong goaltender against Joe Duggan, the fill-in for Charlotte Catholic. Tough situation to be put in for the first game of the season.
Again, both teams have some sharp shooters for this, so it's going to be a battle. It's not going to come easy. I mean, Chucky Norris, he definitely has one of the hardest shots, but so does Walters, right? So it's going to be a battle between both. and we'll see how it goes. But I think Chuck Norris has put also like 3 or 4 over the net, so we'll see what he does in the shootout. But I think he's going to try to be fancy.
All right, looks like Ashton Savage going to get the first shot. Ref's cleaning up some of the mess here.
Dugan comes out.
Oh, got a leg on it. Ashton Savage, though, able to get it in for the first one.
Austin Savage with some soft hands there. I mean, just threw it right over the pad, but
Cougars will go to Walters for the first shot. Big save by Zazulovic.
Zazulovic is such a large goalie. Like, from our angle, you can see Zazulovic if you can see a hole, but there's not much to move. You have to move him left to right.
Saved by Duggan on the Chuck Norris shot. Tenley McAuliffe will take the second shot for Charlotte Catholic.
I don't know what the refs are having trouble here.
So McAuliffe not wearing her normal jersey tonight. She's wearing 31, which is their normal goalie, Ella Wojciak.
Wojtovich. But that's good. Oh.
McAuliffe misses. And I believe it's a three-shot event.
It is a 3-shot event. Again, they got to get Kirill to go side to side, but Austin Caldwell could win this right here. Another player to watch. This is his 3rd goal.
Left, right. Austin Caldwell scores it. Southern Knights come out with the shootout win.
Hey, all around, great game to be a part of, and that's a good game to watch. Anytime both teams can at least get a point out of it, that's always a good day in my book.
All right, phenomenal first game. That's game 1 in the books here on Friday Night Lights. We'll have game 2 coming your way shortly after the ice cut, so stick around. More CSHL action on the way, live from Extreme Ice Center. Welcome back to Friday Night Lights, live from Extreme Ice Center, Indian Trail, North Carolina, home of the Queen City Royals Hockey Club, and your home for high school hockey in Charlotte Scholastic Hockey League. We're getting ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight, and this is the matchup. It's a battle for Union County as the UC East Eagles take on the UC West Mavericks. If you missed Game 1, it was a great one, went to a shootout, but now all eyes turn on the nightcap, where both of these teams are looking to close the week out strong. I'm Ted Franz with Tyler Lachaume, and we are glad to have you with us for more CSHL action. Let's get ready for Puck Drop Game 2. This one is shaping up to be a good one. Today's pregame brought to you by Yes Carolinas. That's your entertainment service. The Carolinas go-to for turning every event into a party you'll never forget. Weddings, corporate events, birthday blowouts, school functions, whatever the vibe. Yes Carolinas brings the energy, the beats, and the experience to keep the crowd on their feet. Lock in your event now at 843-718-5110 or visit YesCarolinas.com. Say yes to the music, yes to the moment. Say yes, Carolinas. All right, let's look at this matchup by the numbers. The team's dead even on record at 2-6. UC East takes the advantage on goals for with 38 over 32, and big goals against 53 and 44 as the Mavericks are giving up less goals. Very evenly matched team here. Should be another good game tonight. Couple of good goaltenders in net. We'll take another look at the league standings with the change. And the Southern Knights found their way to third place with that shootout win. Cougars in fourth now with the extra point from the shootout loss. Mavericks again, and Eagles, though, at 8 and 9, looking to not have to play that extra game in the playoffs. Last game for the Eagles, 6-4 loss to the Ice Hawks. Last game for the Mavericks was a 7-4 drop to the Charlotte Catholic Cougars. Players to watch tonight for the UC East Eagles. We're going to take a look at returning from a shoulder injury, number 14, Connor Lindley. Got his first goal in his first game last time out, but this is a strong competitor, tough guy to watch. Tyler, what do you think?
I think he's a great player. I think he was on our first game. Fortunately, he was out, but I can't wait to finally see him back in action. He's a grinder player.
Player to watch for the Union County West Mavericks is going to be number 6, Angelo Spinazzola. 4 goals, 6 assists on the season so far. Plays for the 14U AAA Queen City Royals. What do you think about them?
A good, solid defenseman. I mean, a defenseman that has 10 points right now, a lot of assists, 4 goals. So we should see a lot from him today, at least on the breakout as well.
All right, we're going to take a little break here for the announcement of the starting lineups and the national anthem, and we will get right back at the action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so your starting lineups for the UC East Eagles. At forward, it's going to be Jacob Kaufman, number 8. At center, 14, Connor Lindley. Number 24, Brody Kaufman at forward. Jackson Owens and Luke McCarthy back on defense. For the UC West, at forward, Jason Sams, number 7. Number 10, Drew Kremen. Number 12, Dylan Mascari back on D. Number 4, Will Scott Long. And number 5, Chase Sams. In net for the Union County East Eagles, number 1, Asher Cameron. Asher Cameron, 3-6 on the season so far, had a couple fill-in games and a shutout when he played for Central. In goal for the UC West Mavericks, Christian Aracena. Christian Aracena, 2-6 on the season, 529 goals against. Puck is down, and game 2 is underway. Little back and forth through the neutral zone there. West looks to reset. Scott Long plays it up to Kremen. Kremen goes ahead, dumps that deep down into the zone. McCarthy tries to play it back in the far side corner. Little shot towards the net there early from the neutral zone. And the puck clears the West zone off that shot. Puck dropped off at the blue line, coming back the other way as Scott Long loses possession. Lindley turns it around. Little drop off there for Brody Kaufman. Brody Kaufman down, centers one up. Nobody there for it though. West comes back going the other way. Lempesis looks to Vijayan. And here come the Eagles. Lindley, top of the circle, takes a shot, knocked away by Aracena. Quick shot on there by Vijayan. Gets all the way down, and that's a save by Cameron. Icing waved off, puck goes all the way down to the other side. Spinazzola looks to turn it around. Stretches one out long. Tipped before it got there, but Scott Long comes up with possession down in the corner. Little back and forth through the neutral zone. Down through the middle. Vijayan looking to get one on. That's knocked down. Puck back out into the neutral zone. Scott Long looks to center one up. Dangerous pass coming through the middle there as Campagna almost gets to it. Chase Sam's going to take it down by himself with a little speed. Puck to Will Scott Long. He takes a shot. That just goes up over the top of the net. This is another one of those sibling teams here. We got a pair of Sams, a pair of Scott Longs on the West, and then we've got the triple Campagnas, the Ferrants on, and the Kaufmans on UC East. Scott Long, far side. Looks to drop it off down low for Kubitz. Out to the blue line for Carbonaro. Shots wide to the near side. Owens comes up with it. He's going to take it by himself. He's the leading goal scorer for the UC Eagles with 11 goals on the season so far, which I don't know if you know. You were just in Europe, but Owens is 11 in French.
I did know that. I have coached all 3 brothers, and they all are number 11.
Shot from Carbonaro doesn't quite make it to the net. He's going to recycle, turn it back around, tries to center one up, and that doesn't get out to the front. Jake Rathgaber, he clears the zone for the Eagles. Puck kept in by Kaufman. Concedes possession to Spinazzola. And the Mavericks will look to reset. Luterowicz able to get it out of the zone. Icing waved off as puck comes back into the Maverick zone again. Little paddle hockey here, just trying to get it out from their defensive area. Back and forth through the neutral zone. Campagna coming with a little speed on the near side. Looked like his brother was just offside on that. That'll get the whistle. 10:42 left to play in the first. Still no score.
I know I've been gone for 2 weeks, but I'm still not seeing a lot of the put the puck in deep on the delayed offsides play. Again, a new rule. I don't know if they're still not used to it, but I'd like to see a lot more of that and then have that high pressure.
Christian Eford loses possession, and a shot somehow finds its way over the top of the net behind the goalie, though. Drew Crimmin. Christian Eford taking the puck back behind the net for the Eagles. Crimmin presses, gets the puck, and I don't even think he meant to take a shot on that, just kind of tipped up over.
Looks like he got a shot off, and it looked like it might have tipped something and got just over Asher. Asher was not ready for that. He was kind of down low, and it kind of just took an unlucky bounce. But a goal is a goal.
A goal is a goal. And as we pass the 10:30 mark in the first period, it's 1-0. UC East Eagles lead over the Mavericks. Quick shot there by Jacob Kaufman, kicked away by Aracena. Looking to stretch one out, trying to find Mascari through the neutral zone. He'll maintain possession down in the far side corner. Tries to center one up again that Cameron kicks away. Kaufman back behind the net, looking for his brother, Brody Kaufman. Out to Lindley, near side. Then he centers one up. Shot tipped away. On's out to the blue line, gets it to McCarthy. McCarthy drops it down low for Kaufman. Kaufman, far side corner, centers one up. Looking for a couple of people in there. Ons goes out to the blue line. Shot, knocked out in front, it's loose. Kept in at the blue line by McCarthy. Down low for Campagna. Shot, that's blocked by number 4, Will Scott Long.
Good shot block. He is a little hurt right now, but good shot block by Scott Long.
West finally able to clear the zone. Quick shot there. Blocker saved by Cameron, knocks it up over the net. That'll get the whistle. 8:48. Good possession by the Eagles in their offensive zone.
You've seen a good start from both teams here. I know both teams are 2-6, but I would not guess they were both 2-6. Maybe they just don't have that one standout player that might have came from juniors, but both equally battled and both very fast on the puck. This is a lot faster game than the last one. Looks like UC West missing a player, so they're trying to figure out who they're going to put on the ice. But it's tough when Coach Massams, this is kind of just a fill-in tonight.
Face-off won by the Eagles. Chip it high, icing waved off. Ref's going to let it play out tonight. Good pressure by Angelo Campagna back there. Puck kept in by Rathgaber, but he loses possession going in the zone. Nice move by Johnny Campagna. He'll take it across the slot, makes a move, just goes over top of the net, and then knocks it down. It looked like it might have been the same situation there going off the back of Aracena. And Johnny Campagna puts a stick on it to knock it back behind. Evan Green fails to clear the zone. Puck to Burns. Burns takes a shot that gets knocked down. Centering pass looking for Burns. Again looking for Burns on her stick. She'll send that out to the blue line. Shot inside. Knocked down in front by Spinazzola. Spinazzola will go ahead, take it out. Tries to stretch one looking for Scott Long. That's taken away by Johnny Campagna again. Campagna to the face-off circle. Gets a shot on, puts Spinazzola's stick on net as well. And Aracena will cover that one up for the whistle. 7:36 left to play.
UC East is definitely bringing it. They definitely want to get start by getting a goal on the board. A lot of opportunities. Marlo Burns having a good opportunity at that last shift, and she's looking for her second goal. She got her first goal last game, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see at least a point from her today.
Shot knocked down by Carbonaro. Looked like it crossed the line out into the neutral zone. McCarthy looks up for Kaufman. Looking to chip it into Campagna there. That's taken away, and Kubitz will come down with some speed on the near side. Puck out into the Maverick zone. I'm going to stretch one there for Kubitz again, just over his stick. Kaufman plays it down low. Quick shot. Quick shot by Luke McCarthy there. That's sucked in by Christian Aracena for the whistle. 6:50 left to play in the first. Little blind pass by Chase Sams there. Almost had that taken away in a very dangerous area. Big play there coming through the center. Move left, move right. And there's a reason he's the goal leader. Jackson Owens, number 12. As he beats Christian Aracena with some hands there. Goes glove side. It's 1-1, 6:37 left to play in the first.
Jackson Owens coming from the wall there, steals the puck from Chase Sams. Comes in, makes the goalie drop, and then beats him on the far side. Forehand, backhand, just puts it in easily.
Puck taken away by Jason Sams. Comes through the center. He takes a shot that's kicked away by Cameron. Eagles come up with possession, looking for Lindley. 2-on-1. Lindley's got it down at the faceoff circle. Shot on. Aracena's second save. Lindley keeps possession back behind the net. Inside, looking for a third shot, and that's knocked down by Jason Sams. And the Mavericks able to clear the zone.
Good job by the UC West. He got the first save, he got the second save. Almost had 3 shots on him in the real quick, but good thing he didn't.
Lindley works the puck, looking to center one up for Jacob Kaufman. Doesn't quite make it to him. Eagles come up with possession in their own zone. Campagna. This little drop pass by Jacob Kaufman. Shot just goes wide to the glove side. Scott Long dumps it deep down into the Eagle zone. Cameron stops it behind the net. And here come the Eagles with some speed. Campagna. Oh, move left and right. Johnny Campagna beats Aracena glove side 2-1.
Great speed there by Campagna coming all the way down. Again, throws a stick in. I think it looked almost like he went between his legs, but he just brought it back, flicked it up, and went far side on Aracena.
Face-off won by the Mavericks. They'll push it down into the zone. Itash Vijayan down into the corner. He's got one, tries to center it up. That's knocked down by the defenseman. Puck back behind the net, Christian Eford. Taken away by Vijayan. Burns comes up with it at the half wall. She's just going to send it down all the way the other end, and that'll get the whistle for the icing. 4:28 left to play in the first.
A lot of action so far, which I love. It's a little bit more interesting.
Talk about the talent on this team. You look at the Mavericks roster, and while they don't have one of those juniors guys, they only have 2 players on their team that play below the AA level at their age group. So it's a talented team out there. It's one of those situations, though, where it's teamwork that might need to be the situation for them.
Absolutely.
Puck dropped down into the far side corner. Vijayan comes up with it. Centers one up inside, looking for Scott Long. Just doesn't get a shot off. Vijayan and Rothgaber down in the corner. One by Rothgaber. Back to Vijayan. A lot of bodies down low. Puck comes out. And the Eagles come up with possession. Burns unable to clear the zone. Puck knocked back down into the corner. Owens will take it. Plays it around the other side. Scott Long tries to keep it in, but loses the 50-50 there. And the icing's waved off. Owens back behind the net, looking to reset. Coming with some speed. Owens through three and finds it glove side over Aracena. Unbelievable. Jackson Owens through three defenders.
Funny celebration there. Jackson Owens obviously scores that goal, but against a teammate that he always plays against, Angelo Spinazzola. They're always on the same team, so they actually celebrate with him. He wasn't really loving the idea of it, but good smile by Angelo Spinazzola, knowing got a clean beat there by Jackson Owens.
Face off won by the Mavericks. Kubitz takes it in. He takes a quick shot that's knocked away by Cameron. Kubitz with possession, out to the blue line for Spinazzola. Spinazzola through the slot, drops it down low, quick shot, and a goal. Dante Carbonaro scores 3-2, 2:37 left to play.
Good job by Angelo Spinazzola there, finding Dante on that far side. Dante ready to go. Looked like an Alexander Ovechkin there, just stands there. He knew that the pass was open. He lifted his stick just a little bit, took that one-timer, goes right past Asher Cameron.
Face-off won by the Mavericks. Mushki dumps it down low. Johnny Campagna looking for his brother there. Icing waved off again. Spinazzola, far side through the neutral zone with some speed. Big stick. Big stick by Johnny Campagna at the blue line. Takes it all the way back by himself. Two defenders on him. Johnny Campagna shoots and scores. 2:06 left to play. It's 4-2.
A high score in first period, but Johnny Campagna just stands on the blue line, holds the blue. Active stick, hits it off Angelo Spinazzola's stick, goes all the way down. Burst of speed, just blew by the D, had a wide open breakaway. Looks like a little misfire by the ref here, so we're going to have another face-off.
Face-off won by the Mavericks. Sams plays it up to Mascari on the far side. Sams keeps it in at the blue line. Down into the corner. Jason Sams gives chase to Mascari. Out to the blue line for Scott Long. Back down low for Crimmin. Crimmin to Sams. To Chase Sams. Chase Sams takes a shot. Asher Cameron able to cover that one up for the whistle with 1:37 left to play in the first.
Good look, good chance right in front. Just missed it. Guy wide open in front. And would have had a goal, but it just bounced over his stick. And here we are.
Face-off won by the Mavericks. Sams plays it down low. Crimmin back behind the net. Lindley comes up with possession. Lindley, far side. Nice job by Scott Long to take the body out of that. Puck kept in at the blue line by McCarthy. Crimmin to Sam. Sam's going to dump that in. Puck taken away by Chase Sams. Down to Crimmin. Taken away by Lindley. Lindley with the pass off the boards. Inside shot. Big save by Aracena. Puck kept in at the blue line. Oh, shot off the stick Look like of Will Scott Long and just floats over the head of Aracena, and it is 5-2.
Jackson Owens with his third goal of the night. That's a hat trick for Owens, first period. It's an unlucky bounce off a stick, but just goes over the right-hand shoulder of Aracena.
Jackson Owens, 14 goals now on the season. He's on a 5-game goal streak, 7-game point streak.
Playing D. Usually he plays forward, so I don't know if UC East is a little short-handed today or they just decided to make that change. But Jackson Owens playing D today.
Puck in the Eagle zone. A little back and forth coming through the middle there. Just offside. Little stick check by Kaufman there after the whistle. 20 seconds left to play in the first period. You see East Eagles lead 5-2.
Looks like both teams missing a couple players. Braden Ayers out. It looks like Ryan Drew's out for UC East. Also, I haven't seen the Ferrants today. So looks like both teams missing a couple players.
Lindley centers one up. 9 seconds, back to Lindley. Lindley inside, quick shot, big save. Aracena able to cover that one up before Lindley can get the stick back on it. 3 seconds left to play.
Great diving save there by Aracena. Luckily, Lindley lost that puck. He had a little open shot, but lost it. Second, one loose puck in the front. Got a shot off. Aracena dives, saves it.
Face off out to the blue line. Quick shot just goes wide, stick side, and that will do it for the first period. Once again, 5-2. UC East Eagles lead over the Union County West Mavericks. All right, well, that will do it for the first period. You're watching Friday Night Lights, part of the Charlotte Scholastic Hockey League, live from the Extreme Ice Center. We'll be back with more of the action right after this break. All right, we're back. Second period action here. Friday Night Lights at the Extreme Ice Center. UC East Eagles lead 5-2 over the UC West Mavericks. Face-off won by the Eagles. Campagna near side. Puck kept in at the blue line. Little shot tipped up in front. Angelo Campagna want to take a swipe at that from the air. And the Mavericks come back going the other way. Mushki had it on his stick, just offside though. Looked like Spinazzola had a little too much speed going across.
Yeah, Spinazzola passed that across and just started going, but didn't cross the blue line like he thought it was going to on that pass.
Face-off won again by the Eagles. Campagna makes a move, takes it through the middle. Looked like he wanted to take a step there, forgot to bring the puck with him. Eford clears the zone. Up to Rathgaber. Rathgaber just loses it off the end of his stick right at the blue line there. Campagna plays it into the center, looking for Burns. Rathgaber down in the corner, taken away by Mushki. Eagles come back the other way. Mushki through the middle. Winds up, takes a shot, rips it past the head of Cameron, just over the top of the net, though. Cameron will cover that one for the whistle. 13:42 left to play.
Good shot by Good shot by Mushki there. He's been working on that a lot in the early morning lessons. You see him shoot hundreds of pucks every morning, and that was a hard shot. Just missed the top right corner. Actually, it looked like it was going to bounce back to him, but glad to see all the hard work paying off.
Mushki, a guy that played up an age bracket in house to the 16-18 Metro. Also played on the 14U select team for the Royals this past season.
Yeah, definitely putting a lot of work in to try to up his game, and it's showing.
Owens resets back behind the net for the Eagles. Taken away by Mascari. Back behind the net, Owens comes up with possession. To the center, shot on. Sounded like that got a little bit of the post as it went past Aracena there on the shot by Joseph Gomez. Stretched out, looking for Mascari. Just doesn't get enough on it. Asher Cameron just going to come out, meet him down in the corner there. Sams with possession, loses it out into the neutral zone. Centering pass inside. Crimmin doesn't get a shot off.
Asher Cameron playing that puck. A little risky, but looked like it played out for him.
McCarthy plays it across to Owens. Looking for Bischoff. Bischoff to McCarthy. McCarthy resets, turns it around, walks down through the slot. He takes a shot that's kicked away by Aracena. McCarthy comes back up with possession, back behind the net. Down low for Bischoff. To McCarthy. Bischoff just gets that knocked off his stick by the defenseman. Here come the Mavericks with speed. Centering pass inside, just into the feet of Ryan Scott Long, and the Eagles will reset. Bischoff across the line. He'll chase it into the zone. Puck taken away by Will Scott Long. Oh, dangerous there. Through the middle. Anthony Campagna gets a stick on it as they're trying to come around, knocks it right in front of Aracena. He covers that up for the whistle. 11:39 left to play in the second period.
A scary play there. You never want to play it in front of your own net, but luckily Aracena saw it coming and saved it.
Quick shot on there by Connor Lindley, just goes wide. Puck kept in at the blue line by Eford. Wrapped around the backside. Kaufman. Look to cycle it. That gets taken away. Played up to Vijayan. Vijayan gets the puck taken away by Johnny Campagna. Puck goes all the way back into the Eagle zone.
Yeah, they're definitely not used to the delayed offsides. They both all stopped, thought it was offsides, and they're like, oh, wait, there's no whistle.
Eford tried to make a pass out of the zone that's taken away by Chase Sams. But it looked like Vijayan was just inside the zone as he tried to make a run at it. 11:04 gets the whistle for offside. Face off won by the Mavericks. They knock into the zone. Pushed out by Campagna. Loose puck in the neutral zone there. Vijayan gets a stick on it. Gets it up to Sams. Sams at the face-off circle. Takes a shot. Big save by Cameron. Icing's waved off as they'll race for it down into the Maverick zone. Spinazzola looks to stretch one. He's got Scott Long coming across the middle. Quick shot that goes wide. Kaufman comes up with possession. Looks up for his brother Kaufman. Quick shot. Connor Lindley beats Aracena. Looked like 5-hole. 10:06 left to play in the second. You see East Eagles lead 6-2.
Good pass from the younger Kaufman to the older Kaufman. The older Kaufman skating backwards into the zone and then just moves it over to Lindley. Looks like it tipped something, but Lindley got it on his stick, got the quick shot, beats Aracena 5-hole. Good play, but all around. Gotta watch out for these two, too. McCarthy, number 6, and Jackson Owens, number 17, always been playing together. Jackson Owens has a little bit of opportunity to go forecheck and pressure the puck because McCarthy's so good at D.
Puck kept in by McCarthy. McCarthy rips one. Blocker saved by Aracena. Puck tied up at the half wall. Owens digs that out, gets it out to Burns at the blue line. Burns tries to drop that down low. It's taken away. Played up into the Eagles bench there. That'll get the whistle. 9:29 left to play.
Eagles throwing their own puck right into the... Looks like they were trying to hit Coach Sasha there. Luckily, Sasha wasn't standing there, but just an absolute rip right into the bench.
Coaches Matt Sams filling in tonight for the UC West Mavericks. He's been coaching throughout the years for the Queen City Royals here, a bunch of different levels of teams.
Yeah, great coach. Coaches football for the school, and just knows a lot about coaching. He's been coaching hockey for the last couple of years. So see if he can turn this game back around. Looks like he's strategizing from the bench.
Puck taken away by Angelo Campagna. He's coming back speed, 2 to beat. Plays it in through the slot there, but knocked away by Will Scott Long. Puck kept in by Owens at the blue line. Owens will go ahead and reset that out into the neutral zone to McCarthy. McCarthy with some speed to the faceoff circle. He'll take it back behind the net. Out to Burns. Burns at the half wall. Burns locked up by Scott Long there. To Campagna. Campagna and Scott Long down in the corner. Out to the half wall, looking to stretch one out. Johnny Campagna walks it into the Maverick zone. Near side corner, stop, turn it around. Look to center one out. Looked like that went across the line. Eford tried to hide one there. That is going to get the whistle for the offside. 7:56 left to play. On the other bench for the UC East Eagles, Sasha Makarov. Sasha played with the 2013 Junior Canes, the U18 national champions here under the Extreme Ice banner.
What a throwback.
Played some time in the USPHL with the Carolina Eagles. Did a season in the EHL. Quick shot in, and somehow Cameron comes away with that. Drew Crimmin right down in front. Gets a shot off, kicked away by Asher Cameron.
Uh-oh.
Bischoff in the neutral zone. Sends it to Gomez down low in the corner. Scary drops it off for Scott Long. Shot inside, knocked down by Cameron, and he covers that up for the whistle.
Yeah, definitely the Mavericks' best 2 opportunities of the whole period in that last minute. Crimmin tying up the stick of the defender, and it goes off his stick, just misses wide in that far post. But he was in the right spot. Good pass by the other player, and hopefully we see more of that in the next 7 minutes. Oh,
Crimmin inside, shot, big save by Cameron.
Looks like we're going to get a penalty on UC West.
Owens centers one up, inside, shot, save, Owens, and that'll get the whistle.
Okay, UC West going to have to take a cross-check in front of the net. Maybe Crimmin.
Looked like Crimmin got that first shot on and then tried to move the defender.
Yeah.
Got a stick parallel to the ice on that one.
Yeah, he's definitely a little confused why he's getting the penalty, but it was a little bit with the stick. I don't think he meant to do it, but a little dangerous play there, so he's going to go to the box for 2.
All right, with 6:45 left to play in the second period. It is time for a Rockhound Power Play. Today's Power Play is brought to you by Rockhound's Coffee Company. Whether it's even strength, specialty, or ice, make sure you're getting your mug filled by the one that gives you the man advantage. Rockhounds, where people can come together, share ideas, and create meaningful connections. D pass there to Owens. Owens to the faceoff circle. He takes shot, doesn't make it to the net. Owens out to Lindley at the half wall. Lindley drops one down low looking for Kaufman. Shot in front. And Aracena able to cover that one up for the whistle. 1:34 left in the power play, 6:19 left to go in the second period.
UC East power play, they're taking the perimeter and they're moving the puck fast. And unfortunately, West Mavericks here are chasing pretty fast too.
UC East Eagles.
Oh no, they're going to go down another one. Looks like, again, stick got locked in. Looks like number 8, Theodosis Lempisis, is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for tripping.
I'll give the Eagles a 5-on-3 advantage for 1:26. I was going to say the Eagles struggled on the power play so far this season at just 6%. 1 for 16 on the season so far, but not with the 5-on-3. Drops one down low, inside. That's knocked to the half wall on the far side. Puck down low to Lindley. Lindley goes inside to Jacob Kaufman, number 8, for power play goal, and it is 7-2.
Yeah, definitely tough on a 5-on-3. Luckily now it's going to go to a 5-on-4 for 1:45. But Kaufman just in front, just got a tip. It looked like Aracena touched it, but it just trickled in on a very fast open shot.
Face-off won by the Eagles. Burns takes it around the far side. Burns looks inside for Campagna. And the Mavericks able to come up with possession. Coming through the middle, Scott Long, top of the circle, tipped in front, big save, big glove by Asher Cameron, stops the shot from Will Scott Long on the backhand.
Scott Long to Scott Long, gets his own rebound, thought it was a definite goal, and all of a sudden you see Asher Cameron's glove come out of nowhere to stop that shot. Great
Puck
save.
kept in at the blue line, Evan Green. Quick shot on. Traffic in front. Mushki tried to get a stick on that. Cameron able to cover that one up for the whistle.
Mavericks getting a couple shots here on the short-handed. It's good to see.
Quick shot on, loose in front. Cameron able to cover that one for the whistle.
Faceoffs keep getting win by the Mavericks here. Going D for that quick shot. We're going to get a rebound here. Uh-oh.
Face-off won by the Eagles. Rothgaber takes it far side. Taken away by Spinazzola. Through the middle looking for Scott Long. Scott Long looking for Mushki. Puck kept in by the Mavericks. Taken away by Campagna. Campagna with some speed down the near side. Puck kicked out to the near side half wall. Campagna plays it to Burns. Burns looked like she wanted to take a shot there, just came off her stick. Puck down in the corner to Campagna. Mavericks come up with possession. They'll go ahead and send it down into the Eagle zone. Eford kicks that up to Campagna coming through the middle. Jake Rathgaber loses possession in the neutral zone, regains it. And the Mavericks come back up with possession. It's 5 seconds left to go in the power play. Here comes Scott Long. Looks like he forgot to bring the puck with him as he made the moves. The 13s came together there. Second power play is finished. We're back even strength. Campagna. Quick shot knocked away by Aracena down into the corner. Puck taken away by Vijayan. Mavericks coming back the opposite direction. Scott Long Toe drags out to the other side. That's going to get the penalty from Christian Eford. Christian Eford doesn't seem to be happy about the call on that one there. But that will put the Mavericks on the power play with 3:44 left to play in the second period.
Looks like Mavericks still the same. Doesn't have really great odds on the power play, but they've had a lot of shots on the penalty kill, so let's hope they keep that going. Here we go.
Face-off won by the Mavericks. Quick shot on, big glove by Cameron.
Yeah, I wouldn't be going towards that glove anymore after Asher Cameron's been flashing that for the last couple saves. I'd be going for a blocker side or going low for the pads.
Face-off won by the Mavericks again. Bijayan takes a shot. Cameron's able to suck that one in. It's a rebound waiting to happen there. Keep getting those shots on. Shots currently 19-17 in favor of the Eagles. Jason Sams doing a great job in the face-off circle. Wins another one. Puck to Chase Sams. Chase Sams. Far side circle. Centering pass to Jason. Just doesn't get the right angle on it. Mavericks keep it down in the corner. Spinazzola to Sams. Sams turns it around. Oh, just looking inside for his brother Chase. Taken away by Owens. Owens will send that one all the way down into the Maverick zone. Sams back behind the net. Met by Campagna down there. And the Mavericks will start to move it back the other direction. Sams far side. Taken away by Owens. Owens doesn't get enough on it to clear it. Lempesis knocks that down. Lempesis and McCarthy in the corner. McCarthy leaning on him. A lot of bodies down there.
Someone's got to move somebody here. Ref's letting it play, but there we go. Nope, no, he's going to call it.
45 seconds left in the power play. Puck frozen down there in the corner. And the Mavericks come out with it. Lempesis plays it to himself back behind the net. Sams down in the corner with McCarthy. Quick shot, big shot by Itash Vijayan. Gets the power play goal, 2:10 left in the second. It's 7-3.
Definitely in the Mavericks' favor there. The refs not blowing that whistle, letting them play. And then finally Vijayan got a goal. I knew he was going to come. That's his first goal of the year. And but he's been all over the puck all game. So I'm glad he finally got his first one. Short-handed, actually glove side. But just looked like it hit the mask of Asher Cameron and went in.
So both teams that have struggled with the power play so far have come up with power play goals. Here come the Mavericks again. Carbonaro centers one up. Nobody there. That's taken away by Campagna. Mavericks come back with possession. Oh, dangerous area. Green just doesn't get enough of a stick on it. Mushki at the red line. Mushki plays it off the wall to himself. Oh, just gets stick lifted by Johnny Campagna coming through there. To Kubitz. Kubitz to Mushki. Back to Kubitz. Tried to center one up, puts it right on the stick of Lindley, and this is dangerous. Here comes Kaufman. Inside. He shoots glove side from the pass from Lindley. 8-3.
No, that did not go in.
He caught that.
Caught that.
He caught that.
No, that was a beautiful
Christian
save by
Aracena gloves that one down off the shot by Jacob Kaufman. Beautiful save. I thought for sure that was in.
Yeah. He put up that glove, did the whole windmill. It was a beautiful save.
Face-off won by the Mavericks. Eagles able to keep it in. Kaufman down in the corner. Plays it out to the blue line to Eford. Eford unable to keep it in. Tries to sneak one again. He gets away with this one. Lindley turns it around as we come up under a minute left to play in the second. Campagna sends that down into the Maverick zone. Pass comes up to Mascari, taken away by Lindley. Lindley circles it around in the neutral zone again. Crimmin takes a hit in the neutral zone. He wants a penalty call for that. Quick shot by Lindley, glove side. That one definitely rattled the back of the net. 32 seconds left to play. And the Eagles score.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what happened with Crimmin there. Like Crimmin, all of a sudden we saw a fall, and then Crimmin yelling at the ref, wanting to call, puts his hand up. But UC East keeps playing, and then Lindley gets that break, gets a goal.
Face-off won by the Mavericks. Spinazzola turns it around in his own zone. He's going to keep it. Comes past the face-off circle. Centers one up. Knocked down in front. Chase Sams. Puck down into the corner. McCarthy up to Owens. Owens stretches one long. Quick shot by Kaufman. Aracena knocks that one down, and that will end the second period. After two, it's 8-3. UC East Eagles lead over the Union County West Mavericks. It's Friday Night Lights here at Extreme Ice Center. We'll be back for the third period and more of the action right after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 15 minutes left to go. Friday Night Lights here at Extreme Ice Center. Puck is down. Period 3 is underway. Face-off won by the Mavericks. Back to Scott Long. Taken away by the Eagles. McCarthy comes through. Near side through the corner. Tries to make it past Scott Long. Scott Long goes ahead and puts a body on him. Mavericks come back up with possession. Muchki, far side corner, taken away through the middle. And the Eagles will reset. McCarthy looks up for Campagna. Knocked down by Carbonaro. Looking for Cubits. McCarthy takes that away. Takes it back behind his net, looking to reset. He's going to come by himself with some speed. McCarthy, far side. Through the middle, big shot, big save by Aracena. Scott Long back behind the net, met by Rathgaber. Puck comes up to Cubits. Cubits makes a move, taken away by Owens. Sent all the way down into the Eagle zone. That'll get whistled for the icing. 13:30 left to go. Look like we're on run clock with the 5-goal differential here.
Matt Sams definitely wants to get his team back. During the intermission, I could tell him, you need to forecheck the puck. You need sticks on puck. You got to lead with your stick. You got to get that puck off their stick. But right now, for the first minute and a half, it doesn't look like UC West wants anything to do with it.
Sams comes up with possession. Takes it down into the corner. He's got one in the middle. Centers it up. Inside, big save by Cameron there. Vijayan looking for his second of the season, coming down into that slot looking for the pass. 12:55 left to play in the matchup. Face-off won by the Mavericks. Quick shot that gets knocked wide. Sams keeps that in at the blue line. He's going to walk it into the slot.
Nice.
Quick shot and beats Cameron glove side. Chase Sams, and it's 8-4. We're within that 5. The clock stops at 12:34.
If there's two players that picked it up, it's both the Sims brothers, you know? They must have listened to Dad that shift. But good shot by Chase Sams coming from the top of the circle, throwing it right by Asher Cameron's helmet, going almost, it sounded like it almost went bar. Glove side.
Yeah, for the Sams brothers, the motivational speech doesn't end at the bench. Puck tipped up over the glass. That gets a whistle. 12:22 left in the matchup. It's 8-4 here. UC East leads over UC West. Face-off in the Maverick zones, just to the right of Aracena. Won by the Eagles, taken away by Crimmin. Crimmin's got one to beat. Eford does a nice job getting the stick on that puck there, knocks it away. Eagles will reset. Looking to stretch one for Lindley coming across. Lindley with speed, far side, turns it around at the face-off circle. Drops it down low, looking for Kaufman. Kaufman behind the net. Sam's putting the body on him, trying to make a move. Puck out to the half wall. Looking up for Crimmin again. Coming through the middle. Campagna centers one up. Nobody there. Kaufman drops it down low. Puck out to the blue line. Eford can't keep it in. Here comes Lindley through the high slot. Takes a shot. Big glove by Aracena.
Connor Lindley looking for that low glove on the far side, and he definitely hit that spot, but luckily Aracena just gets that glove there. Good save by Aracena.
11:24 left to play in the matchup. Face-off won by the Eagles. They take a shot on from the circle. Crimmin comes up with possession. Looks up for Scott Long. Puck taken away. Owens on his backhand, lifts one up over the head of Aracena. Knocked back behind the net. Scott Long to the far side corner. Stretches one for Crimmin, just off his feet, goes into the Eagle zone, and McCarthy will reset. Burns near side. Keeps possession. Rothgaber loses it to Scott Long. Scott Long goes ahead, dumps that one deep down into the Eagle zone. McCarthy back behind the net, being chased by Kubitz. Back to McCarthy. To Rothgaber, out into the neutral zone. A lot of Eagles bodies there. Kubitz just can't make his way through. Owens to Burns, back to Owens. One touch back to Owens again. Owens coming through the middle. Quick shot, big save by Aracena there. Puck's loose out in front. Scott Long turns that back behind the net. Scott Long with speed, far side. Takes it into the corner. Walks it in. Shot saved by Cameron. Puck down into the neutral zone. Couple bodies down in front of the Eagles bench. Looks like that's going to get a whistle for an offside. 9:38 left to play in the matchup here.
A bit more back and forth here this period. Looks like UC East just trying to shoot pucks on net, and UC West just trying to get back, get another goal.
Face-off won by the Eagles. Campagna started moving, turned it around. Puck out to Gomez. Pass up to Vijayan, just goes under his stick. That'll go all the way down into the Eagle zone. Eford down in the corner, met by Scott Long. Scott Long comes up with possession. Inside, outside, and Campagna comes up with it. Campagna, far side. Stick knocked down by Spinazzola. Through the slot again. A lot of traffic out in front. Sams pushes it out to the high slot. Vijayan plays it up to Jason Sams. Sams takes it from Bischoff. Sams centers one up, just out of reach. Vijayan drops it low. Taken away by Bischoff, knocked out into the neutral zone. Little miscommunication there. Puck goes down into the corner. Chase Sams comes up with it. And Sams coming down, 3-on-2. Sams near side, inside, outside, wraps it around, centers one up, puck's loose. Cameron able to cover that up for the whistle. 8:12 left to play.
Good play by Chase Sams there, going all the way end to end, going around the net, but it doesn't look like any of his teammates go into the front of the net besides Jason Sams. Jason Sams right in front of the net, everyone else up high. We got to have people crash that net. Again, you're down by 4. We need to put the puck in the net. Asher Cameron's the goalie that's going to make that first save. We need to start burying pucks. Get to the net.
Face-off won by the Eagles, strictly on effort from Connor Lindley. Mavericks come back up with it. Stick by McCarthy, knocks that up over the glass. He doesn't get a stick on that. Crimmon's got to run. Faceoff will come out in the neutral zone, just under 8 minutes left to play.
Yeah, Kaufman and Scott Long got a little bit into it earlier, right before that. Looks like the younger Kaufman's trying to get some started too. But Scott Long wanted a call after the face-off. Kaufman there cross-checks Scott Long, so then easy call by the ref.
All right, 7:55 left to play. That'll put UC West on the power play. McCarthy tries to play it up to Kaufman, taken away. Puck out into the neutral zone. Green concedes possession, just drops that all the way back down into the zone. Eagles coming with some speed. Lindley through the middle, makes a move, toe drag, brings it out into the far side corner. Lindley maintains possession. He'll go ahead and reset everything out in the neutral zone. Lindley to McCarthy, back to Lindley. Lindley coming near side with the same speed. Big stick by Mascari there. Maverick struggling to keep possession. Scott Long into the Eagle zone. He's got one in the middle. Centering pass. Big save by Cameron. Back to Scott Long. Out to the blue line to his brother, Scott Long. Shot goes in. Cameron able to cover that one.
A lot of good opportunities by the Mustangs finally getting to the front of the net. And that's where the chances are going to come from. Eventually one's going to go in here.
Drew Crimmin wide open backside there on that centering pass.
It's the second or third time. He crashes the net, puts his stick on the ice. Just unlucky he didn't get that one, but he got it on net.
1 minute left in the Mavericks power play. 6:55 left to play in the matchup. Face-off won by the Mavericks. Spinazzola drops that deep down into the corner for Mushki. Out to Spinazzola. He takes a shot on. That gets tipped up over the glass for the whistle. 6:39 left to play. Face-off in the Eagle zone just to the right of Cameron. Won by the Mavericks. Out to Spinazzola. Spinazzola looked to play it down low. That got knocked out into the neutral zone by Burns. Mushki plays it to Carbonaro. Out to the blue line. Quick shot on. Cameron able to cover that one up again for the whistle.
Mavericks keep shooting where they're going to be in a good situation
21 seconds remaining in the power play. Face-off won by the Mavericks. Quick shot, another shot. Puck down into the corner. Eagles come up with possession. Shots dead heat even at 24 right now. Sams through the middle. Puck goes out into the Eagle zone. Eford comes up with it. Puck race to the corner. Mushki wins that. Eford back behind the net. 5:45 left to play. Puck kept in by Sams. Across the middle to Lempesis. And Campagna comes up with possession for the Eagles. He'll take it down, far side, coming into the Maverick zone. Stops in the corner. Plays it back to Angelo Campagna. Anthony tried to get a shot on. Puck kept in at the blue line. Carbonaro plays it up to Spinazzola. Spinazzola beats Eford. Spinazzola shot up over the top of the net.
We haven't seen the Eagles down in this zone a lot, actually, in the last couple of minutes. I know they've been on the power play, but it's a good sign for the Mavericks.
Spinazzola stretches one long, looking for Sams. Sams at the half wall, turns it around, knocked off by Bischoff. Coming inside, Vijayan, shot. Just knocked wide. Bischoff can't clear the zone. 4 orange jerseys over on the half wall, digging it out. Vijayan back behind the net. And the Eagles able to come up with it. Owen sauces one for Campagna. Campagna looked to center one off the skate of Green. Kremen through the middle. Off the end of his stick, that's taken away by McCarthy. McCarthy missed pass there, gets away with one as Scott Long can't come up with possession. McCarthy back behind the net. Owens at the blue line. Plays it down low into the corner. Green wraps it to Campagna. Taken away by Scott Long.
The speed has definitely slowed down a little bit. Looks like both teams are starting to get gas, taking a little bit longer shifts than they're used to.
Puck coming down, shot by Joseph Gomez. Plays it to Bischoff, taken away. 2-on-1. Scott Long, across the middle. He takes a shot, big leg pad save by Cameron there. Gets the whistle, 2:50 left to play.
Good 2-on-1 there. Scott Long tries to go far side. Looks like it hit Asher Cameron's top of his pad, just bounced up, and he got the save. But just another inch away. That would have went in.
2-on-1, man, but it just felt like that F2 just wasn't there. Just wasn't.
That's Crimmin, too. Usually Crimmin is the hard to the net, but again, long shifts. I think they're gassing themselves.
Back and forth, won by the Mavericks. Quick shot on by Ryan Scott Long. Cameron able to cover that one up. .242 left to play in the matchup. Face off in the Eagle zone to the left of Cameron. Won by the Mavericks. Sams turns it around a second time. Plays it down low. Centering pass out of reach of Mascari. Eagles coming with some speed the opposite direction. Little back and forth. Lindley comes up with possession at the blue line. He takes it down low into the corner. Drops it for Kaufman. Kaufman one touch inside. Lindley one touch outside. Backhand by Kaufman just wide of the net.
Good passing there by the Eagles to get that opportunity, but here come the Mavericks.
Sams to the slot. Drops one down low for Mushki. Mushki's shot saved by Cameron. Lindley coming down through the middle. Pushes it down into the corner. Puck taken by Spinazzola. Spinazzola beats Kaufman. Looks up to Sams. Sams to Scott Long. Back to Sams. Just out of reach. Sams has it down in the corner. Turns it around. Going back to the net. 1:30 left to play. Centering pass. Just goes wide. Inside. Scott Long. Shot just wide. Spinazzola with possession. He plays it across to Mushki. Mushki takes a shot. That gets tipped and goes down wide to the far side. Puck centered up. Knocked down by Johnny Campagna. Eagles coming the other way. Jacob Kaufman into the slot. Just loses it. Quick shot on. Jacob Kaufman misses on the shot. Brody Kaufman comes in, covers him up, takes a quick shot. 5-hole, and with 1 minute, we are going to go back on the run clock as UC East takes a lead 9-4.
Good hard shot by Brody Kaufman after Jacob Kaufman kind of just lost the puck. Maybe they hit something, but Brody Kaufman just throws the puck. I don't think he even knew it went in. It was that fast.
Face-off won by the Mavericks, taken away by Angelo Campagna. Puck down into the corner, shot on. Aracena trying just not to waste time, look to dump it down, but that gets the whistle as the clock rolls past 25 seconds. Face-off won by the Eagles, knocked out into the neutral zone. 10 seconds left to play, down to Burns. Green unable to clear it. 2 seconds left to go, and it looks like that is going to do it. All right, a tough loss for UC West. Maybe having a body like a Braden Ayers or something like that helps them out in the game. Again, a good team here, a lot of high-end talent. Nothing in the juniors, but work together as a team. I think they have a lot of talent on that team. Big win for UC East Eagles trying to dig their way out of the basement of the league. Another good game, and that first one goes to a shootout. It was a fun Friday, man. Glad to have you back.
No, absolutely. It was a lot of fun. Good game by Jackson Owens, taking a hat trick in the first period. That's a good standout by him coming back. And, yeah, definitely a fun Friday, and can't wait to do it again next Friday.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here at Extreme Ice Center, Indian Trail, North Carolina, home of the Queen City Royals and the beating heart of Charlotte Scholastic Hockey League. 2 games, tons of actions, another great night under the lights. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Ted Franz with Tyler Lachaume and our production manager, Bert Lawson, thanking you for joining us. Remember, every setback is the prequel to a comeback. Keep working hard, be safe, and we'll see you next time on the Friday Night Ice.